Hey friends! So today I'm going to be doing my brow routine. I've been requested so much to do my brow routine and it's been the same basically for the past like 3 years, and I feel like I kind of got through that stage where they were really thin and scary. So yeah, if you'd like to see how I obtain these nice, fluffy, full blonde eyebrows, then keep watching. So as you can see, I have my foundation, concealer, and powder already on, and that just kind of creates a nice base for the eyebrow product to go on and stick to. So I actually like to tweeze my brows at home, and I use this ugly, dirty pair of tweezers to tweeze them. I always had trouble finding my shape, and what I did is I just went to a really good brow artist in LA. I'll link her down below, and once she did my brows once, I could kind of see the guide of where my brows need to be tweezed and where not to touch them. I can just maintain it with tweezing. I also like to trim my own eyebrow hairs, so I use a little pair of scissors like this, and I'll brush my hairs in the direction that they lay, and I'll just kind of let them rest and trim right where I need to. As for these hairs, what I'll do is I'll push them down, and if they come past the line, like the bottom of my eyebrow is, then I might trim those hairs. You want to be a little careful with that though, because once I've like gone like this and then trimmed them a lot, and then they weren't able to like spread out as far as they should. So I would just be a little bit careful with that. In the same way, I brush them up, and if there's any excess there, then I also trim there. And for the tail as well, if your tail's like super long, I kind of like to brush these hairs up and trim. Yeah, at least for me, sometimes when I'm applying brow product, I find that it can kind of get caught in the fuzzies and kind of have a jagged line, and then when I try to clean up with concealer, then that catches on the fuzzies. And so if you want, you can use a little tiny blade like this. These are like $1, I think, from any drugstore. And I will just go above my brow. Be very careful. You don't want to take off your brow. And I'll just kind of shave off just the little fuzzies, and also it makes your eyeshadow go on a little bit smoother, and it'll help with the overall sharpness of your brow. So if you want to try that out, you totally could. And as for brow products, my favorite brow products to use are actually by L'Oreal. I used to love Anastasia, but I just am always looking for nice budget-friendly products. This one is Brow Stylist Shape and Fill. So this one has a triangular tip, just like the Anastasia one. And this other product is the Brow Stylist Definer Ultra Fine Tip. And as you can see, this one has a finer tip, so you can be a little more precise in your application. These two together work really well, and they're very inexpensive. Yay! I like to start off by just brushing all of my hairs up, not like crazy, but just, you know, slightly brushing them upwards. Then I'll take the smaller tipped pencil and I'll just go in, and I'm going to follow this line right here in these small tiny strokes. And I like to end the tail of my brow if you just lined it up with the edge of your nose and the corner of your eye right there. So then I'll move on to the innermost part, and this part I try to be super light. Now I'm going to switch to the bigger pencil. I'm going to go back where it starts to be sparse, which is about right here, and I'm going to start following that upper line. And I have a lot of sparseness right here, so you'll see I'll actually drag the pencil over top of that instead of following only where my hairs are to kind of create a new arch. And then I like to brush my hairs down so I can really see where the pencil didn't hit. I'll take the brow product and kind of put it vertically and just kind of stripe it to add a little bit of color right there. And then I'll brush with this big spoolie. And then as you can see, I haven't really put any product in here, and that's when I'm going to start pushing and pulling that product inward. Pulling that product into there to slowly, gradually fade into this part. And I'm kind of just grabbing the product from this bottom line and pulling it upwards to bring that color throughout. I'll go back in with my little pencil and just kind of start working on the tail of the brow. So now I'm just going to go in and carve out the brows, and you can totally do this with concealer, but today I'm going to be using my Louise base because I'm going to be going in with eyeshadow after this. And the brush I'm using for this is the M508 by Morphe. And then I'll just blend that out with a sponge. So for the last step, I'm just going to set my brow hairs in place. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Clear Brow and Lash Mascara. And that's it for the brows. Alright guys, that's it for this brow tutorial. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, make sure to hit the like button, and please make sure to subscribe. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.